Item 5C, the College Park Neighborhood Association update.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners.
You can hold it's probably easier than bending down.
I'll just hold it, it's easier. I think the last time that I spoke in front of you as representative of College Park Neighborhood Association, I was standing in for then President Mary Lindsay, who was at the time about 1,000 miles away listening to me speak on her behalf on the radio. And tonight I stand before you with her 3 feet behind me, and I'm not sure which proximity makes me more nervous. 3 things I wanted to touch on tonight. First of all, I'd like to publicly and for the record thank our board of directors who have worked very, very hard over the last year to both increase our membership participation and our community efforts to bring our group together. Particularly where it comes to public safety and assorted other things. I'd also like to mention too that this was my first draft race this year, and we all came together and we built a magnificent vessel, which Greg Rice thought came from Rybovich. The actual source of that boat will remain forever anonymous, but it was a marvelous experience. We had a tremendously fun time with it, and we, I guess, won what would be the equivalent of the Raft Best Dressed Award, which was a source of great pride, particularly. And I'd like to publicly and also for the record mention the gentleman who built it, a guy named Guy Freeling, who lives right around College Park and is very loyal to the neighborhood. And the last person I'd like to thank as well is Captain Todd Bear. Just, you know, including the fact that he has an exceptional taste in hairstyle. He's also been remarkably responsive and has really helped us out a lot with some of the issues that we've had with some minor criminal problems up in College Park. So thank you very much, Captain. And again, you and I, we got it together. As they always said, God only makes so many perfect heads. The rest he has to put hair on. And last thing I'd like to do is I'd like to thank our past president, Mary Lindsay, who has been, despite not being on the board this year, a retreat and a respite that she has tremendously earned, continues to work very hard on our behalf and in conjunction with the board, and I find a tremendous advisor and counselor to me personally, and I wanted to thank Mary for that. Which is a nice segue into my next, I would like to use the balance of my time, if it's okay with the commission, to introduce Mary Lindsay with something that she can talk much more eloquently and in more detail than I am, but it's something that's both dear to our hearts, Mary.
Thank you, John. Would you hand those out over on that side?
Yeah.
Thank you.
See, I still make it harder.
He takes suggestions really well, doesn't he? My name is Mary Lindsay, and I am so happy to be a neighbor in the College Park neighborhood. And thank you, John, for letting me have some of the valuable time tonight to talk about the latest College Park Neighborhood Association project that is in conjunction with the Neighborhood Association President's Council and the Friends of the Lake Worth Library. All 3 of us applied for a $5,000 grant from the Office of Community Revitalization through their Resident Education to Action program, and we were successful in bringing home $15,000 to institute the Lake Worth Little Free Library project. What I've just handed out are copies of the article that appeared on the front page of the local section of the Palm Beach Post this week. We expect even more local coverage in the Lake Worth Herald next week, so we're very excited about that. Hopefully to talk about what we're going to be doing this Saturday at the city's utility warehouse. We have 22 of the Little Free Libraries that have already been delivered. The city has kindly allowed us to store them at the utility warehouse, and on Saturday, one of the employees is coming in on their own time to open up the warehouse, operate the forklift, get the libraries off the shelves where they are now, 30 feet in the air, bring them down, get them all laid out on the loading dock, and we expect 40 to 50 people from the community to come and help us get these all painted and finished and ready to be installed the following week. We need not only artists, and we are very grateful for any artists in the community that step up to help us, but we also need people who can just paint a solid color. One color's fine, do it in sections. We need people who can lay a straight bead of caulk. We need people who can put masking tape on. We need people to help us with the registration table, and we will be adding, we expect, a lot of names to our Little Free Library waiting list. We need people to help us with the refreshments, but the best job of all requires absolutely no artistic or technical skill. We need people to come around and go from one Little Free Library artistic station to the next and go, ooh, and ah, and encourage the artists and the neighbors as they get all of these beautiful things ready. Y'all know what it's like, well, the women in the room know, when you go shopping and you don't have anybody to go with you and you got to get a great dress for a really special occasion. You come out of the dressing room and there's just nobody around to tell you, you know, if everything looks good, if it's the right color. Well, that's the function we want. We know that in Lake Worth we have no shortage of people with opinions. And we want them all to come and share their opinions and their great ideas as we all work together to get this project off the ground. So it's Saturday, 10 o'clock. The Friends of the Lake Worth Library are providing gobs and gobs of paint. We'll have some brushes, but not enough for everybody. Please bring some. We'll have donuts, coffee, juice. There's plenty of free parking. There's plenty of shade. All we need is people with great ideas and a willingness to help us turn Lake Worth into the community that not only embraces art, but also literacy. Thank you very much. I'll let our city manager explain how to get to the warehouse.
Hey, all right, thank you so much.